So which one of us do they prioritize more? Love is obviously such a criterion that the Almighty Himself said, "They love me and my essence more than they love themselves." And within the population, there exist individuals who choose to have companions apart from Allah. They acquire, or rather they embrace these entities, which denote corresponding or equivalent, and they have an immense fondness for them, to such an extent that they love them with the same intensity as they love Allah, as explicitly stated by Him in His divine revelation. It is similar to bringing up this criterion once again and making it more explicit. Well, there is this thing called loving God. Most of us probably do not even know. It is like God taught us for the first time in the verse, like loving Allah. What does it mean for individuals to love something in the same way as they love God? There are individuals who have a deep love for specific things and consider them equal to their love for God, and they express their love for these things as if they were expressing their love for Allah. They love them like Allah's love. He said, "Believers' love for you is stronger than money's, even stronger than Allah's." They possess the utmost love for Allah, the most intense and profound love. So he longed for it, so to speak, closed the door and said, "This is how believers are." So those who believe don't love anything like they love Allah. No matter what type of love it is, there is always a give and take. It's weighed and measured against each other. Of course, the love a person feels for the opposite sex is often sexual in nature, But when faced with the love of a mother, isn't it undeniable which one is stronger? The love for her or the love she feels for her? Ain't it immeasurable? It's measured. Nevi, even though they may be different in type, they are all love in the end. The Almighty compared it to what He possesses, the love for material wealth, the love for offspring. People are adorned with the love and longing for desires, and we can see different types and variations of these desires in the verses of poetry. There exists a particular kind of love for desires, and it takes precedence as the primary emotion. So it means the love of lust, Sexual love, first and foremost, is the most powerful love that is instilled in people. Love is desire that emanates from women, sons, and adorned horses made of gold, silver, and adorned camels, as well as cattle and fields. All in a row, primarily women, who hold a special place in this expression of love and desire. Min al-nisa vel-benin. The second in line are the children, specifically the boys who are next in succession, and the sons and the little ones, the adorned ones with gold and silver. They clink, clink, they sing, they dance, and the marked horses, the painted ones, and the horses marked with a cross, and the cattle and the sheep and the letters these have a certain love for them, and they are attached to them with this love. If they decrease and their love decreases, they become overwhelmed with sadness, drowned in sadness. All of them have depressive effects to some extent in their depressive loss. They all have a certain affection for them and are emotionally connected to them. If their numbers or the intensity of their affection decreases, they experience overwhelming sadness and become completely consumed by it. Each of these things has a certain impact on their emotional well-being, contributing to their overall sense of loss and depression. So when he loses his belongings, he enters a similar depression, depending on the impact of the love he feels. When he receives it, he also experiences that feeling of happiness. We are in contact with all of these elements as a system. Nevertheless, as we stated from the outset, our will, our rational side takes precedence over all of these other factors. If we execute it, maintain our cognitive faculties and determination in action, we have the ability to handle all tasks and change the direction of our affection wherever we want it to be. If we don't do this, then it's like a compass that doesn't know which direction it will go, Like when I pass through a magnetic field, it moves towards it, but then when I leave its influence and enter the influence of another magnet, it moves towards that one. So we end up becoming a driven entity. This enslaves us. Someday we become the slave of a man or a girl. Someday we become the slave of a job, property, or friend. Someday we move forward as the slave of another love or passion, and we can never be ourselves.